Bolivia is preparing to make history with a new law that expands rights to nature. The Law of Mother Earth, as it's called, will establish a slew of new rights that protect the environment, including the right to exist, the right to be free of pollution, the right not to be genetically modified, and the right not to be developed if it harms the ecosystem. With this new law, citizens would have more power to bring lawsuits against companies that harm the environment. Bolivian Vice President Alvaro Garcia defended the law, saying it makes world history. It establishes a new relationship between man and nature, the harmony of which must be preserved as a guarantee of its regeneration. So with the ongoing nuclear disaster in Japan worsening and crude still washing ashore in the Gulf of Mexico thanks to the BP oil spill last year, shouldn't laws like the one Bolivia is pursuing be taken up elsewhere around the world, like here in the United States? Here to offer his take on the issue is Seton Motley, president of Less Government.
Seton, Tom.
Welcome back.
Welcome back from Germany.
Good, thank you. Are you the only person on the planet who resides outside of nature?
No. I'd love to see you try to get a constitutional amendment through the United States doing what this ridiculous president did.
You don't think nature should have rights?
No.
Why not?
Because it cheapens our rights. It cheapens actual rights. It cheapens our constitutional rights. Every time you throw the word rights around, animal rights, ask a lion, ask a gazelle about animal rights when it encounters a lion.
Since 1900, we've lost 75% of the topsoil in this country. You've got, we're down to deforestation, and forest levels are around 17%.
Look, I don't want you setting up I don't want you setting up
we have a loss of species
windfall
right
bonanza
now
for two left-wing grievance groups, the trial lawyers and the environmentalists.
Why not?
Because I don't want the trial lawyers benefiting off a stupid law like this.
If they're defending the possible future of our species.
That's ridiculous. First of all, have you forgotten ClimateGate? Have you forgotten that
the so-called ClimateGate was an invention of a bunch of right-wing hacks paid for by the Koch brothers, and it was total lies, and it has been disputed.
It has been disputed, but it hasn't been refuted.
Of course it has.
It's been disputed repeatedly. It hasn't been refuted at all.
I'm sorry. This is a Koch brothers paid-for lie, and you know it. It's a hustle.
Excuse me. Russia was the one that published. Russia was the one that
put
published
on the
emails.
earth to ruin the planet.
We're not ruining the planet. Our country's clear.
We're the largest. We've surpassed termites in the last 5 years as the largest single chunk of biomass. We use more than 60% of the net photosynthetic productivity of the planet.
Fine.
It was only 5% in 1900.
Fine.
What that means is that every other species on Earth has to fight for the remaining 40%.
You want to consign Africa to permanent abject poverty?
As a consequence of that, we are seeing species losses right now that we haven't seen since the end of the Jurassic. Don't you get it? We're in an extinction.
No. The only extinction we're suffering is from the budget deficits that Obama's proposing. You want to assign Africa to permanent, perpetual, abject poverty? That's what you're doing. I've been in Africa. I've worked in Africa. I don't think you could say either one. Doesn't matter. I can tell you that a lot of the destruction of Africa is the result of colonization and the result of the destruction of the environment. I would think the average African who's been colonized and then freed is much better off than when they weren't colonized. So you're saying BP and TEPCO and all these other companies, we should just not regulate them. It doesn't matter what they do with Mother Earth. When did Mother Earth has? Well, you said Mother Earth has no rights. No, they don't. Because it's not a human being. So only humans have any rights. Only humans have any value. By the definition that this guy's talking about, yes. I'm astounded. Well, welcome to reality, Tom. No, I'm glad I could introduce you. I think that's really tragic, Steve. Well, you know. That you would try to get a constitutional amendment to the United States. You would believe that you are so separate from nature that nature try to get a constitutional amendment for this to the United States. You need 2/3 of the states. You won't get 2. I'm genuinely astounded. Well, welcome to reality in America. Politically, you may be right, but I can't get why somebody would make the argument. Pauline Kael said in '72, I don't know how Nixon won. I don't know anybody that voted for him. I understand. You're in a little liberal bubble. I understand that. But out here in reality, we get it, and we understand that this is absurd. I'm part of the natural world, and so are you. Yeah. We're nature is to be protected from. From us right now. No, we're the ones who are destroying nature. We need protection from nature. I'm a climate control dude. I like AC. I like heat. I like four-wall worlds. You didn't get the point about the loss of species that Richard Leakey wrote a book called The Sixth Extinction. No, not we lose species all the time. We're losing them right now. The normal rate of species loss is around 2 or 3. We find species all the time, but we didn't even know existed. Okay, Seton, you genuinely must not know what you're talking about. Do you know the hubris involved to think that we can genuinely affect the world? especially when you come up with fraudulent scientists like at East Anglia University and ClimateGate.
There was nothing fraudulent about that.
It's a total scam.
Scam was paid for by the Koch brothers.
Then why did it appear in Russia?
Right-wing.
Why did it appear in Russia?
Why did it appear?
It was outed by Russia.
It was the whole.
It was outed by Russia, not by us, not by the Koch brothers. You were had, and you won't acknowledge it. You were had by these fake scientists, and you won't acknowledge it.
Why do you keep coming back to this?
Because it totally debunks global warming.
Okay, so.
Because it totally debunks global warming. And the last year plus since ClimateGate happened, America stopped.
It did not debunk
yes,
global
it certainly
warming.
did.
B, it was a hustle paid for by the Koch brothers.
It doesn't change the fact that it was a fraud. I don't care who promoted it. It doesn't change the fact that it was a fraud.
You're saying that nature doesn't count.
No,
you're saying
it doesn't get rights.
You don't care
like human beings. I'm saying it doesn't get rights like this idiot president says in Bolivia. It doesn't get rights.
I just have to say again,
Welcome to reality, Tom.
I think it's tragic that you're promoting these kinds of lies. First of all,
I'm
astounded by that.
Oh, that was East Anglia. They were the liars, not me.
Genuinely
East Anglia was liars,
and
not me.
Secondly, I'm just astounded that you are like you mentioned hubris that you would think that we can just crap on the planet, that we can use 60% of the total
we're also the cleanest country on the planet. We're the cleanest country on the planet, Tom.
I'm not talking about us. I'm talking about the human race.
Well, yes. We're here too. We're part of the process.
Okay. Seton, I award you a lump of coal.
What
our planet is going to end up what our planet is going to end up looking like if the mentality that you're representing.
Fuel. I'll send it to Africa so they can have some fuel for a little bit because they don't have any.
Thank you, Seton. It's good to see you.